So it is super nice to see you. And before we start the meditation today, I wanted to answer a question that I've been getting a lot and that I've had myself. And the question is some variation of, is it bad if I'm thinking while I meditate? Or do I have to stop thinking when I meditate? And the very short answer is no. In the meditation tradition that I was trained in and that I teach, which is founded in Buddhist meditation and modern mindfulness meditation, the expectation is not that you are going to stop thinking. The goal is not to transcend thinking, to move beyond thinking. The goal is to transform our relationship to thinking. So there's a story that Thich Nhat Hanh told that there's a person standing by the side of the road and a horse and a rider go galloping past super fast. And the person on the side of the road yells out, "Where are you going?" And the rider looks back over their shoulder and yells back, "I don't know, ask the horse." And the analogy, I mean, it hits home for me, is that our minds are sometimes the horse. And we might have gone 10 miles down the road before we even realize, like, wow, I spent a lot of time thinking about that scenario that might happen. So, the aim of this meditation practice is not that we're getting rid of thinking, but that we're changing our relationship to thinking, changing our relationship to this metaphorical horse. Maybe starting to be able to slow the horse down a little bit, maybe being able to change the direction of the horse. Just transforming our relationship to the thinking so that we have a little bit more ability to see the thinking, see where we're headed, and also maybe shift the thinking to be healthier for ourselves. So, we're going to use a technique today in the meditation called noting. And the way it works is we will use our body, which is handily always in the present moment, which is pretty awesome, as an anchor. And we'll rest our attention on our breath, which is always here in this moment. And at some point during the meditation, it's always been true in my experience, you will notice that you are thinking. When that happens, you don't need to get rid of it, and you also don't need to follow after the thoughts. We're just going to interrupt the thought and we're going to name it. So when you notice that there's a thought, we're going to note it. We're going to say one word, which might just be thinking. Or you can give it a name that somehow describes the thought. Just one word, maybe planning, worrying, daydreaming, whatever one word describes the thinking. And it doesn't have to be the exact right word. It doesn't matter if maybe you're really ruminating and you said worrying. Doesn't matter. Nobody is writing this down. It's not going to be kept in any record book. The idea is just to give it a name so that we really see it. And when you name it with the one word, then we'll just come back to our breath. And the idea is that we are practicing seeing our thought without either repressing it or following after it and being able to come back to the present moment. And the idea with practicing this is that we start to be able to change our relationship to the thinking, right? Which means that maybe we can focus where we want to focus, which is awesome. And actually, even more awesome than that, I think, in my lived experience, is that we start to be able to see the water that we swim in. Because sometimes we don't even see our thoughts, they're just there. But through this practice, we can gain a little bit of awareness and insight, which can be really transformative and powerful. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe just take a moment to get into a comfortable and stable position, setting yourself up for the next 20-ish minutes. Yeah, I see you rolling out your neck. If it feels good to make any adjustments in your physical body, stretching anywhere, maybe rolling out your shoulders, wiggling your toes. We can take a little bit of time to settle our bodies. Maybe as we settle into this moment, starting to feel where our bodies connect to the things that are supporting them, feeling the connection of your body, maybe your feet to the floor below you, feeling the connection of your body to the seat or the cushion that you're sitting on. And if you're laying down, just feeling the supports on your back, your side, and allowing yourself to sink in to these supports, letting gravity do its job and hold us in place, inviting ourselves to let go and release into this moment. And bringing some attention into our feet, inviting the muscles of our toes to relax, inviting the balls of our feet, our arches, the edges of our feet, and our heels, all to melt into the ground below us. And bringing some awareness up around our ankles, into our calves and our shins. Letting those muscles release, relax. Bringing awareness up around our knees and into our thighs. Again, inviting the muscles of our thighs to let go, to allow gravity to do its job, knowing that there's nowhere to go the duration of this practice. We can release into this place, into this spot, in this moment. And bringing attention into our bottom, our glutes and our hips. Feeling where our body is connected to the seat below us. Maybe noticing if we're leaning to the left or the right, front or back. And just noticing, feeling ourselves held in this place. And bringing some attention into our pelvis and lower abdomen. Knowing that we often hold tension in our stomach. Bringing some awareness into this part of our body without judgment, but with some curiosity. Just bringing attention and awareness into our belly. Noticing any sensations, If we do notice any tightness or clenching, maybe inviting a little bit of softening if it feels appropriate. Maybe breathing a little bit of space into this area. And bringing some awareness into our torso, inviting the structure of our spine to support us. Maybe inviting the idea of a strong back and soft heart, feeling ourselves uplifted, supported, and also open. Bringing some attention into our shoulders, another place we often hold tension. Bringing some curiosity for ourselves into this area. And if it feels appropriate, maybe breathing a little bit of release or relaxation into our shoulders, inviting them to fall away from our ears, inviting them to also give in to the weight of gravity, just being held here. And bringing some awareness into our arms, our upper arms, our elbows, our forearms, and our wrists. Bringing awareness into our hands, inviting all the muscles in our palms and fingers and our thumbs to melt and release. And bringing some awareness into our neck and our throat. And moving our awareness up into our jaw, the corners of our mouths, our cheeks, our foreheads, and all the muscles around our eyes. And taking a moment without opening your eyes, just get a sense of your entire body resting here in space. Having this felt perception of our entire physical body, its shape, and the space that it's occupying in this moment. And then bringing our awareness onto our breath without manipulating or changing your breath in any way. Just allowing our attention to start to absorb the movement of our breath. Bringing some curiosity to where you feel the breath in your body. Maybe noticing if your inhales are different than your exhales. Noticing the temperature of the air as it enters your body and as it leaves. Allowing your attention to be fully absorbed by the process of your breath. Whenever you notice that your attention has been pulled away, use it as an opportunity to transform your relationship with your thoughts. Just noting your thoughts with a simple word, and then gently returning your attention back to your breath. You may need to repeat this process many, many times. It doesn't make the meditation good or bad. It's just the practice. When you notice your mind has drifted, note the thoughts, not repressing it, not getting carried away by it, seeing it, naming it, and then coming back into this body that's always in the present moment, letting your attention again be absorbed by your breath. Noting and returning, starting to see our own thoughts in a different way, building to insight, self awareness, and transformation. Resting our attention on our breath, allowing our mind to just fall into our breath. Noting our thoughts as they come up. And as we see them, turning back to the present moment, dropping back into our body and onto our breath. Giving ourselves this gift of insight and awareness as we practice noting our thoughts and then holding our seat, and turning back to our breath. practicing together for just a few more moments, giving ourselves this gift of attention and understanding. And then, as you're ready, you can start to bring some micro movements back into your body. Maybe if it feels good, you can again roll out your neck, your shoulders, and bring whatever movement feels good back into your body. And open your eyes as you're ready.